Hello and happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to our lunch chat. Um, I am so excited. Today is such a big day. Oh my goodness. So I think if you go to the website right now, you will see a coming soon screen. If you don't, if you still see our old website, that probably just means that your cache has not been cleared or updated quite yet. Ironically, here at the store, I cannot get it to clear and update. Thank you, Christy. I am wearing my boathouse. It's a perfectly rainy day here in Oregon, and so it was a great day to put on a boathouse. And hi, Sarah. Hi, Julia. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Steph. Um, so yes, I've been busy as a little bee all morning working on moving the website over. Everything is all ready to go except the payment processor. I'm waiting for a guy to call me back about that, and it should be a really simple thing once I can get a hold of him. And then hopefully everything will be good to go. And then hopefully you all are subscribed to our email list because you'll be getting an announcement email, and it'll have something inside that you'll really, really want when you go and check our new website out for the first time. So, whew, what a morning. Oh my gosh. Just like I could hardly sleep last night. You know, you're just knock on wood, so sure that like if it can go wrong, it will. And tech is, tech is so glorious, but it can also, when it wants to be not glorious, it can be a real thorn in our side. So I think it's all good to go. I'm hoping, right? Hello, Martha, Rosemary, Melody. Thank you. So Chrissy asked about my boathouse. This is, I'm wearing this partly in honor of our upcoming Olive Knits knit along, because this was the January knit along, the boathouse sweater, which was inspired by Bohus techniques, where you've got purl stitches in your color work that give these fun little dots. So my yarn is all Rowan felted tweed. This is alabaster, I think, for the main color, and 6 additional colors. It was so fun to do in this yarn, and it just weighs nothing. And when I blocked it, this was like the most magical blocking. I think the most magical sweater blocking I've ever experienced. This yarn is very light and airy. It's got this kind of fulled quality about it, and I washed it in the sink. I always let my knits soak in lukewarm water in a little soak wash, and then I drain the sink, and then I press excess water out. Then I roll them up in a towel. Then I lay them out. That's my process. And so, hi Patty, hi Kat. So I did all of that, and then I picked it up. And usually you pick it up out of the towel, or I kind of let it unroll out of the towel and flop onto my blocking board, and it's still kind of heavy and wet and whatever. And I lay it out. This thing was already light as air. I kind of gave it a little shake, and I laid it down on the blocking board, and then I pulled out my tape measure, because you make sure it's to all the right measurements. It hadn't changed an inch. Nothing had stretched, nothing had expanded, the sleeves hadn't grown. I just laid it down. I didn't even stick a pin in it, let it dry. I loved it. It was so great. Yeah, Kat, I'm excited too. She said she's excited for us to have a new and less stressful point of sale system. Amen to that. As I was doing the final push, getting all of the last most up-to-date data out, I found some new Phantom credits that were issued on May 16th. That's just 2 days ago. It's just been doing it consistently the entire time. So cannot wait to ditch that. Knock on wood, I have filled the last web order this morning out of the old site, so that should all be done. And as soon as this guy gets back to me with the credentials I need to get the system set up, I'm going to hit the open button. Open. So tell me all what you did over the weekend. I want to hear what you've been working on. Wash and block. Oh yeah, Martha, it's so easy. Everybody always gets it in their heads when they haven't ever blocked anything yet, that it's something that's going to really take a lot of work and time and carefulness. And it's really, really easy. Soak it in the sink with a little bit of your favorite fiber wash. Don't use Woolite. If you don't have a fiber wash, like a no rinse, like Soak or Eucalan, you can just use a couple drops of Dawn dish soap, lukewarm water. I like to let mine sit and let the wool totally absorb all of the water. So I usually let it sit for 10 minutes or so, or 10 hours if I forgot about it. And then I come back, I drain the sink, and then let let gravity do its thing for a while. Then I press the excess water out, roll it in a towel. Sometimes I roll it in a second towel. It depends on the yarn. Lay it out to dry, 2 measurements. So do it. I strongly encourage you to try it for the first time if you've been holding off, because it's like magic for your knitting. It just transforms your pieces. Yarns that were limp might bloom, or yarns that have a 10% angora or something like that will have a little halo. It just does wonders for your projects. You just won't even believe it. It takes them to the next level. They look profesh after you've blocked them. So anyway, I was saying, hey, Jillian, I was saying that I'm wearing this because we have the new Olive Knits 4-day knit along coming up very, very soon. It technically starts in the beginning of July, but that's almost here. I mean, it's almost freaking June. Okay, we're just barely past the middle of May, but you guys know how fast time goes. And so we're going to start talking about it. Everyone's getting excited about it. Yeah, I know what it looks like. Yeah, I'm knitting it already, but I can't tell you. It is top secret. Top secret. However, just for you guys, we have a special opportunity to have a Zoom meetup with Marie this Friday at 2 p.m. And you need the link and password I sent out in yesterday's email. So if you didn't get that email, or you aren't subscribed to our email list, you need to get subscribed right away, or send us an email if you don't see yours. Check your junk mail first, and then you can email us and say you didn't get it. But that's how you can join the meetup at 2 p.m. Pacific time. It'll be me and Marie. We will talk about all things 4-day knit along. We will not talk about what it looks like, though. There might be some general hints given, but we will talk about the yarn. We will talk about options here in the store. We will talk about techniques involved and the skill level involved, and we will talk about the general timeline. So all very important information, and it's just for us, not another hats customers, me and Marie. So it's a really great opportunity to have a little time with this designer who we all know is so amazing, who is responsible for this piece of business here that is so beautiful. And so it's so much fun. If you haven't done the 4-day knit along, do not think this means you have to knit a sweater in 4 days. Some people do. I've been known to. It's doable. That's the whole idea. It's doable if you have 4 days to commit to nothing but knitting, but it's by no means required. In fact, she gives you a big, long open window of time to start it and complete it to be eligible for all of the prizes that she gives away throughout. And there are always a ton of prizes. We kick in prizes, dyers kick in prizes, shops kick in prizes, Marie kicks in a ton of prizes. So it's so much fun to participate in. She always gives great, it's not just like, oh, here's your pattern. It's here's a pattern, here's a mini workshop, here's some video tutorials, here's some new techniques. So you're going to get a ton out of it. And if you're an experienced sweater knitter, you're going to get a beautiful sweater out of it. So there's nothing to lose. And it is a light worsted weight sweater this year, so it's definitely doable on the speed thing. Yeah, Sarah, I'm going to ask Marie on Friday if we can talk about gauge already. So she gives very strict instructions to shops who've been given the pattern to get their sample ready about not disseminating information. And I can't remember if that's one thing we're allowed to say or not. So I will double check with her. And certainly if gauge is something we can talk about, we will give all of those details on Friday. Heidi sent me an email and let me know she cannot make it Friday because she's busy. And so I'm going to check with Marie and see if it's possible for us to record that Zoom, and then maybe I can post it on my YouTube channel with a password, and so that I can give you guys that password if any of you aren't able to make it live to our meetup, and that you could watch it later and still get all of that great info. I'm sure we can figure something out like that. So that way nobody has to miss it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Alrighty, so I was gonna see, let me scroll back through. Jen Zoombomb signed up for Knit Camp. Yay! Welcome to the dark side. So if you didn't know that, Marie's Knit Camp is open for registration right now. It only opens up twice a year. So if you are not already a Knit Camp member, this is your opportunity. In fact, I'm sure there's a few Knit Camp members here in the comments right now who would love to give you their sign up a friend code and get a little discount going in there for you and for them. So Check that out, people. If you have, if you're in Knit Camp right now and you have a discount code to share, make a comment so that anyone that might want to join new can connect with you. Knit Camp is this year-long amazing resource Marie puts out. It's a community, it's patterns, it's techniques, it's videos, it's interaction. It's just the best. And I don't get a chance to get as much out of it as I wish I did, just because I run out of time. But one of my favorite things has been watching Marie's Knit Your Sunshine stuff that she's been doing during the shutdown, which is the oh God, what's the little banner bumper? No. Oh, words. Why do I have such a hard time with words in these things? Anyway, bunting, bunting, bunting. It's a bunting thing. And it's just a fun little thing you can do with your scraps, but it was just something that she generously shared for free. And that's not necessarily specific to Knit Camp. But anyways, also, if you're in Knit Camp, you get enrolled in the 4-day knit along as part of your Knit Camp. So it's totally worth it. There's 2 ways to enroll. You can pay monthly, or you can pay for the year with a slight discount. So it's just great. I just ordered all my Knit Camp swag. I know the swag shop is closed right now, but it was open a little bit ago, and I was so glad I got in and before it closed, and I didn't totally forget. And I got her cute canvas tote bag that she's put out. It says Knit Camp. It's got the cutest little like pup tent logo. And then I bought a bunch of patches that I got to put on my bag. So I can't even remember now all the patches. Founding member, I don't even know. I don't know. I bought like 4 or 5 patches. I couldn't resist. Yeah, I'm a sucker for the swag. I like to give it and I like to receive it. Kim says it's $129 for the year, but she doesn't know the monthly amount. I think it might be $14.99 a month, $12.99, $12.95 a month. Thank you, Gay. So absolutely worth it. It's absolutely worth it. And the community, you get access to the private Knit Camp group on Facebook. And it's just such a supportive, amazing community. People share beautiful things. People share their heartbreaks. People share when their dogs eat their yarn. And everybody just is always lifting each other up. It's just like our community here at Not Another Hat, like the Unraveled community. I mean, everyone's always just wonderful and supportive. And it's lovely. It's really fun to be part of that, especially in this day and age when a lot of us are just stuck at home. And we don't get to interact with all of our knitting friends. So, yep, absolutely. They're merit badges. So I was going to show you guys something really quick here that we're going to be working on for a shop sample. I think Becca's going to help us with this one. So Melanie Berg is coming out with a new shawl, I think next week, and it uses Tosh Merino Light. Huh. Which we just happened to get a big giant order of. So it's 2 skeins of Merino Light and the unicorn tail, and it's called Together Apart, and it's beautiful. Here's a picture. If you follow Melanie on her social media, you've seen her posting about this and how it's coming up, and that when it's going to be available, etc. So we have an early advanced copy thanks to Melanie and the Tosh people, and we're going to get a sample going. And I've picked these colors for our sample. Hopefully they come through okay, and sometimes the lighting's weird. So this is Tosh Merino Light in Central Park West, which is a really lovely light blue, just a touch of sand kind of color, and a little bit of deeper blue speckle. And then we've got a unicorn tail in Cousteau, which is a deep blue green. So I think that those will look really, really fun in this shawl. I'm going to show you one more time. Isn't it going to be beautiful? I think it's going to be really nice. So we're going to get cracking on that and hopefully have some in progress pictures to share, because I'm sure we won't have that done by next week when the shawl comes out, but give you some inspiration. And then I just happened to get a box from our dear Yvonne, who is our hometown girl who now lives out of hometown. And she just sent us a giant big restocking of Yakkity Yak sock. And I just opened the video literally before I sat down. I just opened the box, and right on top are the 2 of the most beautiful giant skeins of hand spun I've ever seen. Look at these guys. This is her hand spun. Isn't this amazing? They're huge too. 622 yards. 592 yards, like 600 yard skeins. glorious, beautiful. So those will be on the website as soon as maybe later this week. Campbell's coming into work today, so maybe she can take some pictures for me. We can get those put up. And so that was a surprise. And then we have all of this beautiful yak. Oh, here's the speckled, guys, that she makes. That this stuff, these colorways are so good for Marie's Brunswick sweater. The ones that have just a little bit of color. Oh, look at this. Oh, what is it? Thistle. It's so beautiful. This yarn is like butter. Oh, here's one I have not seen in a while. Autumn Splendor. Really rich, beautiful autumn colors. Oh, and then this one is a perennial favorite. Trillium Lake. It's a little greener than it looks to me in the picture on the screen. Maybe it's, definitely like a blue green. Oh, it's so beautiful. I know Jill has knit a bit with this yarn. She knit the sample of Brunswick that we have. There's a different purple called, oh, Berry Pie. That's a classic Yvonne color. That's like one of her very original colors. Oh my goodness. Oh, this one's one of my favorites. We have not had this in a long time. Poppy Fields. How pretty is this? It's like a deep gold, purple, red. So, so pretty. I have now a pile of yak in my lap. Oh, and then moss, always a classic favorite. This green is so good. There's some peacock down in there. There's a couple others, but now I don't have anywhere else to put them. And although we did just get our floors cleaned yesterday, so I could just let it go on the floor. But I'm gonna let it like fall back in my lap. Fall back in the box. So that's all the news that's fit to print on this Monday morning. Again, make sure you're on the email list. You want the big announcement that's coming out later today. So everybody, I love that you're sharing your codes. Yay, yay for new friends, yay for new knit camp members. So exciting. Okay, everyone, I'm going to sign off now. Make sure that you get the email info. Go look in your inbox if you didn't see our email yesterday so that you can have the link and the password that's needed for the Zoom meetup, 2 p.m. Pacific time, Friday. Me, Marie, all of y'all talking about the 4-day knit along. Okay, that's all for now, and I will see you guys Wednesday.